Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Glmr. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be linked in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Now let's jump straight into the TA. So taking a look at the daily chart on TradingView, as you can see, we still have the same Fibonacci retracement that we've had for the past couple of months. And if you don't know how to use the Fibonacci retracement, there is going to be a link down below in the description to a video where I explain how to use the Fibonacci retracement. So in this instance, we have the Fib retracement set up from the swing high we created all the way back in April of 2022 and the swing low in February 2022. So our 1.618 target was obviously met at 85 cents. Our 54 cents target was met, and we went all the way down to the 2.414, slightly below 33 cents. 31, yeah, slightly below 31.5 cents. And this was a great buying opportunity. Obviously, a lot of altcoins bottomed out here at the beginning of January, at the end of December, and we have been in an uptrend ever since. So from this low in January, we have gone up 64%, which is a very, very good impulsive move to the upside. Some altcoins have done 200%, but obviously not every altcoin is going to do a 3x in less than a month. But this was a good entry point for Glmr. I always said that if we go below 35 cents, 40 cents, that's going to be a good area to start dollar cost averaging into the project. And yeah, this was a great entry right off the 2.414 potentially. If we see another move to the downside, you could come back down to this support block. This support block is based off of this trading range that we had in November. As you can see with the local high we printed here and with the low that we printed here in November. And we did drop below this. We went up, broke above that resistance block now, because once you're below that the block, it turns to resistance. And now if we're going to be coming back down, that's going to be support, and we're going to be holding that, hopefully having a couple of tests and then continuing. The main thing is we want to hold this low, so we don't want to go below that, because if you go below that, you're technically just continuing the downtrend here. But locally, you did break this high that we created in December, so that's good. Next up, we want to take out this high that we created in November, and obviously the August high is going to be a very important high for us to take out. Once we are able to do that, it's going to be safe to say that we have printed the low for this bear market. Obviously, all the black swan events excluded, because we might have a black swan event, in a year. And we're going to see a strong flash crash for a couple of days, and then we're going to see a quick recovery soon after. Also, what's good here is that we're holding the 20 EMA on the daily chart as support. So this yellow line is the 20 EMA, and this is your uptrend support band. And if you're above that, then great, you are good to continue for the uptrend. We got a bit overextended from the 20 EMA. As you can see, we were pretty far away up here. And usually that means that we want to see a pullback, a healthy retest of the 20, and now we're good for continuation. But you always want to keep an eye on Bitcoin, because whatever Bitcoin does, all the altcoins will follow. So I would set up some buy limit orders all the way down to the 2.272 here at 39 cents. And potentially I would even look at some buy, I would look at some buy orders in this support block. Like I said, that's set anywhere between 36.5 cents all the way down to 34 cents. So this support block is something you want to target. And yeah, if we take a look at the daily RSI, let's see what's going on here. So this yellow support line is something that we still want to be targeting, as we've had multiple retests of this area. Also, the purple support block that we have here is a very important area for us to hold, because we've been dipping our toes into this support block ever since May, and every time you had a retest, you saw a pretty strong move to the upside. So if we see a correction all the way down into the oversold, just know that once you're in that purple support block, that's going to be a very good buying opportunity for short term, mid term, and even long term as well. So we broke above this white resistance trend line, which we've been holding since April 2022, and this is pretty good, but it doesn't seem like we're going to hold above it, obviously, because we can't stay that high for a very long time. We're going to see a pullback. Hopefully we might retest maybe this local high here, or we could even come back down to the yellow support trend line for a good entry, which is something that you should be looking out for. And that's what I have for the daily RSI. Let's switch over to the Binance chart. And before we continue, I quickly want to ask you, do you value your privacy? If the answer is yes, then you must take a look at ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN offers you the privacy that you deserve, no activity logs and no connection logs. Your internet provider won't be able to access anything, and anyone using the same open free Wi-Fi in the cafe as you won't be able to do any harm or breach your security. You can use the ExpressVPN application on any device. You can connect it to your PlayStation, or you can even connect it to your router so that anyone who connects is automatically secured. Or if you're looking to access any region-blocked content on your streaming platform, well, ExpressVPN can do that as well. If you're living in the Netherlands and you want to access a TV show that's only available in Japan, well, my friend, you can do that with ExpressVPN. You can use the link down below in the description and get a discounted price along with 3 extra months for free. You can get your money back if you don't like it, but I don't see any reason why you wouldn't like it, because we all need the privacy, and in today's age especially. And you can also pay with Bitcoin, so that's a really cool feature as well. And let's get on with the video. So taking a look at the Binance chart, you can see that we do have this support trend line, yellow support trend line, in fact, that we have retested as support once again. Now, we did drop below it here in November. We retested it as resistance. We created an inverse head and shoulders pattern. We took out our targets, and then we had another pullback towards the yellow support trend line, which was perfect. A little move to the upside, and then another retest. So this was a good confirmation of support, and then you had this strong impulsive move to the upside, and now the purple support trend line is going to be something that we want to hold on to, but I don't think it's going to be sustainable for a very long time. I do think we're going to see a deeper pullback. Hopefully not, right? I do want to see the bull market arrive as soon as possible, but I also want to accumulate as much as possible. So if the bear market continues for the next 3 to 4 months, I'm totally okay with that. So yeah, this yellow support trend line, I'm not sure if we're going to be retesting it ever again, because if we want to come back down for a retest, that's going to give us a lower low. So you're going to be doing something like this here and coming back down there in February, and that you're going to land at 27 cents, which I guess is still possible, but that would mean you're losing this local low that we printed in January, and that's quite a negative thing. So that's something that you could be looking forward to. If we have a pullback, just have this yellow support trend line drawn out. You can also add a resistance trend line here, just like this. And this is going to be interesting right now, because you see that you have multiple retests of this upper yellow resistance trend line. Let's actually switch up the colors a bit, because I know it's getting a bit distracting here. So we'll set these two as pink, right? And we have one touch here. Let me just fix that up, make sure it's perfectly aligned. So this is a descending resistance trend line, and you've ran into it one time in September last year, once in November, and once in January this year, and now you're seeing a pullback. So yeah, this does look like a descending broadening wedge, which is mostly a negative pattern, but hopefully we don't see a drop below this support level, below this pink support level, as you can see. And hopefully we see a retest if we see another capitulation with a potential flash crash. So just be ready for all outcomes. Now, what we also can do is we can drop a Fibonacci retracement here. So from this local low in January to this local high, we can use the candles as well. You don't have to use the wicks. for the fib, you can use the candles here. And as you can see, we do have our 1.618 target sitting at 73 cents, which is going to be a very nice move to the upside. But right now, we're getting rejected from the 786 on the fib. And the first fib level is going to be our local high here that we printed in November. So we want to see that taken out before we can start targeting any of these other extension levels to the upside. So just have this on your chart just to have it as reference. And that's pretty much everything that I wanted to cover. If we take a look at the, let's jump into the weekly chart here and take a look at the candles and the volume candles here. So we were getting pretty good volume here, as you can see. Yeah, here the volume was pretty good for the past 4 weeks. And as you can see, that has resulted in us moving to the upside. And the weekly RSI is starting to creep up out of the oversold. Obviously, we just we were listed not that long ago on Binance for Glmr, so January last year. So it's just been a year that this token has been listed on Binance. That's why there's not a lot of history on the weekly chart. But as you can see right now, the 20 EMA is just above us over here, and we might reject that and start coming back down. So we want to see that broken, obviously, if we want to continue this uptrend. The 10 EMA has been broken, and hopefully that's going to hold us up, and we're going to get squeezed up between the 20 and the 10, and then we're going to see a break to the upside, because Glmr hasn't really moved up that much, to be honest with you, in comparison to where we came from. Obviously, we came from here, $10.40. Hopefully, we're going to retest those levels and go much higher in the next bull market. But that has been it for this video. Thank you all for watching. Feel free to check out my Patreon. There's going to be a 7-day free trial for anyone willing to join in and just test things out. You're going to see all my posts since October 2021. I've done a lot of low cap gem posts in there. I share my portfolio in there. I take a look at your requests for technical analysis. So feel free to check that out and let me know what you think. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you all for watching, and take care. Goodbye.